So some people, they just aren't fans of surprises. But like it or not, sometimes things happen that we just can't control. On this channel, we have talked about the top 5 shocking moments caught on camera part 1 and part 2. And you guys liked it so much that we are now bringing you a part 3. What's up YouTube, I'm Court McGinley and welcome back to the most amazing top 5. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. Now before we get started, I want to know, what's the most shocking thing you've ever been a part of? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright, let's get started. In our number 5 spot, we have wrong name. I'm going to talk to you guys about a shocking and embarrassing live television moment. Being a host of a pageant show isn't a hard job, especially when you make your living as a host. But Steve Harvey sure had a hard time when he hosted the 2015 Miss Universe pageant. He screwed up on the one thing you can't mess up on. He said the wrong name. He had the card with the name in his hand, but he somehow read out the wrong name, and the crown went to the wrong contestant. It took him 2 minutes to realize his mistake and he was mortified. But luckily he was in the presence of some classy ladies, Miss Colombia and Miss Philippines, and they handled this mix-up with nothing but grace. But that's a pretty bad mistake. In at number 4, Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin, better known as the Crocodile Hunter, was an Australian wildlife expert who had his own television show, which was a wildlife documentary. He took many risks throughout his life, and one day those risks caught up with him. On September 4, 2006, Steve was filming an underwater documentary called Ocean's Deadliest. It was during a break from filming when he was pierced in the chest by a stingray's barb. However, this incident was caught on camera, and a portion of it is currently on YouTube. In the video footage, you see Steve approaching a stingray. All of a sudden, the stingray props up on its front and starts stabbing wildly with its tail. Hundreds of strikes in a few seconds. Steve was brought back up to the surface by crew members, and initially they thought he had just punctured a lung. But it turns out the stingray's barb pierced his heart, causing him to bleed to death. In at number 3, Christine Chubbuck live suicide. Christine was an American television reporter who worked for WTOG and WXLT TV in Florida. On July 15, 1974, during a live television broadcast, she committed suicide. She went on air and for the first 8 minutes she covered 3 international news stories. Then she covered a shooting for the previous day at a local restaurant. The film reel of the restaurant jammed and stopped running, so Christine shrugged it off and said, in keeping with Channel 4's policy of bringing you the latest in blood and guts and in living color, you are going to see another first attempted suicide. She took out her gun and shot herself behind her right ear. Millions of people watched her shoot herself on live TV. Christine suffered from depression and suicidal thoughts. In 1970, she had attempted to take her own life by overdosing on drugs, but she was unsuccessful. 3 weeks before her death, she asked the station's news director for permission to do a news piece on suicide. Her suggestion was approved. So she went to the local sheriff's department to discuss methods of suicide. All of the copies of Christine's suicide video have been destroyed at the request of the family. Coming in at number 2 spot, Japanese tsunami. This footage is truly shocking. In the video we see the water getting higher and higher and we can hear people screaming. Then the water breaks over the barrier and the land starts to flood. It's taking down buildings, sinking and dragging cars. Boats from the harbor even make their way down by the houses, and the water level goes as high as halfway up the houses. It's something heartbreaking to watch. You just see so many of these people's businesses and homes getting damaged and washed away. And in our number 1 spot, Syrian Civil War. This is definitely shocking and devastating content. Here we have a video of children screaming, running, and looking for their mother after an airstrike was released. It's honestly such a devastating video to watch. But I guess this was a good thing that it was caught on camera, because now the entire world can truly get an inside look on how sad this is. Also, it was reported that this particular airstrike took the lives of 45 people. This video really drew attention to the civil war in Syria. In the video, it's extremely dusty. Wires have fallen, there's rubble all over the ground, holes in buildings, and then we see a worker pick up a little boy crying for his mother. Then following behind, there's another boy that comes running after them crying for his mother as well. It's a heartbreaking video to watch. Well, there you guys have it. That is a list of the top 5 shocking moments caught on camera part 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys!